All right, I'm trying to first live stream here. I'm basically just going to be building this battery bigger than it looks in this video here. Try to show you the whole thing. Oh yeah, look at that. So it's about 2.3. That's what this number is, 2.3 kilowatt hours. And this is going to be for the drive battery on the Powerwall on wheels. So sorry, I'm just doing this on my webcam. So here it is. And I'm trying a couple different methods. It's not as easy to do some bus bars on for these things as you would think. Right now they're all paralleled, so I just kind of got them hooked together, and I was balancing them all with a charger. And I was just trying some different size aluminum bars from Lowe's, and you can do aluminum with these. It's okay to do aluminum. It doesn't have to be copper, but as long as your bus bars are all the same, you don't vary them as you series them over. So what we're going to be doing with this battery is a 4P20S. So right now there is a bunch of the 2P packs from batteryhookup.com on here, and I'm going to unparallel them all, and we're going to series them into a so it'll be a 4P20S pack, because there's 40 2P packs. So we'll make it there's 80 cells here total. And so basically we just got to disassemble this thing and grab some tools and go do that. So we robbed a plate off of one of the other 36 volt modules. We're just going to use this as a hole pattern template, because we are going to use these bus bars. And so just a matter of getting this one off. We are free. So I think what I'm going to do, and I'll show you this once we get there. I may not get to this part tonight, but we are going to use this size aluminum bus bar, because I'll use 2 along here. So I'll put one here, one here. It's the only sizes I could fit that would make this function work. So that's that. Now we got to take this battery back apart, and you can see on these cells that there is a yellow marking all along these cell holders. That indicates that this is the positive side of the cell, and there's nothing on this side. So when you see a pack, not sure if you can see those in the background. Those are the 36 volt, sorry. These are the 36 volt modules I have back here. You can see there's a yellow dash, and then a black dash, and then a yellow dash, and then a black dash. That's because they're seriesed that way. So positive, this is quite hard to do, and then the positive is down there, and then the negative, and then positive. So that's kind of how that works. So what we're going to do to make this pack a 4P, this is a 2P. These are what come from battery hookup. It's already in a 2P setting. I'm not going to try to modify this. It's not even worth my time. So what we got to do is take all of these back off, or just kind of flip them around and start from the bottom. And so we got to then alternate the negative and positive in such a fashion that it gets us a 4P. So I'll start that. We'll just put a couple pieces of paper down. I don't have a rock go through the side of this pouch, so we'll start down on the ground like that. So we'll put two in parallel, and then flip the next two around. And that'll give us a 4P. Yeah, some of these cell holders are a little different, but I think they'll still work. Right. All right, hopefully you'll be able to see it eventually as we come up. We're getting there. We're over halfway. Do two at a time. All right. Turn my heater off. Oh, all right. Well, there we go. You can see we got 2 cells here. Let's see if we can twist this a little. Probably can't see it real well, but four cells in parallel. And it goes over to negative side, positive side. So one of these will be, I think when it's an even amount, we have the positive and the negative on both on the same side. When it's an even amount of cells series, when you get an odd amount of cells series, you have a negative on the one side and the main negative on one side, the main positive on the other side. So yeah, there we are. Now what we want to do is compress these and then put our bus bars in place, because if we put our bus bars in place and then try to compress them with the through bolts, it might not be compressed all the way right now, so then the holes might not match up when we use our template. So what we're going to do is use this size aluminum bar, and we're going to make 2. So we'll just drill these holes like this, and then we'll just use this for the spacer. So we'll drill 4 holes, and then we'll cut it. And that'll give us the one side, and then we'll do the same. We'll drill another 4 holes and cut it. So that we'll put two along here. The first one will only be the first 2 cells long, but then the connections will change. So anyways, got probably enough threaded rod to do each side kitty cornered. So it's easier said than done. do is we'll start with this one. It's short enough. Cell holders don't quite line up down there, so they're different. Oh, we were through. All right, so what we want to do is don't buy a threaded rod without buying nuts. Don't be like me. Buy nuts and threaded rod. You gotta stick this down here. Yes, we did balance. We did balance them all. It is a hassle, but we did. So hope that's sticking through a little, because our end plates we're putting on we are going to use the end plates from the 36-volt modules I took off of something else. So we'll stick them through, the bolts through a little bit, so with a nut on the inside and a nut on the outside. And guess we'll stick a nut all the way down here. Well, my wrench. There it is. Oh, 7/16. There you are. All right, now we're gonna grind this threaded rod off. Do be careful not to throw stuff onto the pouch. Number one. I think I can get two out of this. All right. Let's see if I can get it on without fixing the threads. And you just taper the threads off so you can get a bolt on. Oh, and by bolt I mean a nut. Oh yeah, it's tightening up. It's feeling like a battery, not a bunch of cells. All right. So, guess I don't know if I want to do 4 rods right now. I just take this back off later and do 2. So I do have just do these for now. Okay, so we'll help us be able to sit it down easier. Look at that beauty. All right, the other plate, done the same way. And let's see here. It is negative, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we are. Oh yeah, look at that beast. That is a 4P20S. And now we just got to work on the bus bars. As you can see, right now it's just a bunch of random cells inside here. Not much at all. So we got to make these. And yeah, it's okay for these bus bars to land on them when they're land on them this way when they're all parallel, but they're not all paralleled right now. So I cannot just be throwing stuff on top of this battery. That would not be good. All right, so the first one we're going to do, we got 4P, so we got to just build our first main bus bar here, or just skip that one and go right to the other one, the top one, which will be connecting 8. So I got to figure out what that distance looks like. Compressed. Number 2. 2.5 inches. So I need a bunch of these 2.5 inches. Well, first one's a little rough. We will cut the rest with the chop saw for sure. It's hot. I'm just trying to get us a template so we can make a bunch of these tomorrow, I guess. Trying to let this cool down. Yeah. Yes. We definitely don't want a short. Honestly, probably what I'll do between the bus bars is just silicone. Mostly because that's what I got. We definitely aren't going to have a short. So I am keeping these pretty short. So they barely come past the cell. And so there definitely will be a gap, and then we'll definitely try to fill it with silicone. And obviously make a mess of it all and not reuse this battery for anything else. Still pretty hot. If I had a 3D printer, maybe I would print something like that. So there we are. We will cover 4 cells. And we will take our template guy and drill our holes. So we'll drill our holes in this piece, and then we will, you can see we're just barely, let's see if I can get this here. You can see it. We're barely past the hole. I move it a little that way, or move it a little that way. We're just barely past the hole. So we're definitely, there will definitely be a gap between the cells. And then we'll try to fill it So we'll put some holes in here, and then we'll use this piece as our template, probably for all the rest of them, for the series connections. And it is, I think this stuff's an 1/8 inch, so it's decent. But my controller is only rated at 200 amps, continuous, 300 amps peak. But I can get the power that I need out of higher voltage systems, so pushing higher voltage. So I think, honestly, I think that'll be plenty enough. That times 2 for all of the connections. And what I'll actually do on this is we're just going to use this battery for now, which is basically just a 72 volt. But I actually have enough leeway in that controller that I can series 2 of these 20S packs for getting closer to the 200 volt range of the controller that I have for that powerwall on wheels that I'm going to be doing. Basically a golf cart, 200 volt golf cart. And so I think this is about all we can do tonight, besides drill these holes and make this template piece for all of our series connections, because it's just too late. I don't want to be running the chop saw tonight to cut all of these. Not even sure I have enough bus bar to do all of that, but we're going to find out before tomorrow starts. So I just hopefully you enjoyed the live stream. I've never live streamed before. I just figured I'd try it just for kicks and giggles. So thanks for watching, guys. You're awesome. You can see my lovely face while I hit end.